I thank the Minister and the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland for being present today. But we need not be here, Mr. Speaker. The issues that were elucidated yesterday by the High Court in Belfast were fairly and thoroughly explored in this House and in the other place during both the passage of the Illegal Migration Act and the Safety of Rwanda Act as well. And when I and my colleagues raised these concerns here in Parliament, we were told by the government we were wrong. And yet the High Court yesterday in Belfast said we were right. And the only difference between the encroachment on the application of our sovereign immigration policy in Northern Ireland, as with the rest of the United Kingdom, for the Illegal Migration Act is that a case was advanced on the basis of the Illegal Migration Act, and yet one on the Safety of Rwanda Act has not yet been considered. But the government will know that the rationale outlined yesterday by the High Court for the Illegal Migration Act will similarly apply to the Safety of Rwanda Act as well. And it need not be so. Though the government chose to dismiss the concerns that we outlined in this House and our colleagues did in the other place, they had an opportunity to put this issue beyond doubt. I tabled an amendment, New Clause 3, along with my colleagues, giving the government the opportunity to put the issue to bed, to maintain the integrity of this country's sovereign immigration policy and to maintain the integrity and protection of our borders, and they chose not to do so. Mr. Speaker, I was going to ask, and I am grateful that the Minister has indicated his willingness to appeal. But can I also ask why, when they had the opportunity to put this issue beyond doubt, they did not? Do they recognise that in not doing so they have significantly impaired the uniformity of the UK's immigration policy? In 1922, long before the EU was envisaged, long before the UK joined, and long after we departed, the islands of Great Britain and Ireland had an integrity in immigration policy. The Common Travel Area applied. So I'd be interested to hear, as it did then, as it does now, what steps the government are taking to get a British Isles solution to immigration outside of the control of the EU and outside, as it is, of the Schengen area. And finally, Mr. Speaker, and I am grateful, what steps the Minister and his government will take to assert Parliament's sovereign will to protect the borders of the United Kingdom.
Well done.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm very grateful to the right honourable gentleman who, as ever, eloquently makes his case. And I'm grateful to him for the constructive tone that he has taken, and I also note the narrative that he has advanced. The government is considering, as you would expect, Mr. Speaker, the judgment very carefully, and we are taking legal advice around that. But I can reconfirm, as the Prime Minister said yesterday, that the government intends to appeal this judgment.